Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hello and welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. Today I want to talk about talking to people like business owners, having conversations. That's what today's episode is about. And today's quote is from Bob Burg. Success in business is often about who you know, but more importantly, who knows what you do. Does that make sense? One of the most important things to learn in business is that more people need to hear about how you help your clients. Super duper important. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's go. Today we're talking about something that's really important when it comes to getting clients and keeping them. And that thing is conversations. A lot of VAs I talk to think that getting clients is about marketing, posting endlessly on social media, or obsessing over your website, or redesigning your Canva graphics for the 15th time. But it's actually about the conversations that you're having, or more likely avoiding, that are often the biggest factor in whether clients are coming into your business or not. Clients rarely appear out of nowhere. Most of the time they come from some kind of connection. They come from conversations that build trust, create visibility, and help people understand what you actually do. In my experience, a lot of VAs assume that getting clients means they have to become a salesperson, and that's one of the big reasons that they shy away from actually talking to people. But the truth is, the best client conversations usually feel very natural. If you're feeling awkward, you're not at that stage yet. It's totally okay. They don't feel pushy or awkward or like a pitch. They just sound confident and conversational. Because when you're confident that you can help someone, your words flow more easily. It's an actual back and forth conversation, and that's what I want to talk about today. The kinds of conversations that actually lead to clients, and why most VAs are probably having the wrong conversations, and how to start showing up in a way that creates opportunities without feeling fake or uncomfortable. Here we go. Okay, as I said off the top, one of the biggest mistakes I see newer VAs make is spending all of their time working on their business without actually talking to anyone. They're building packages, they're taking trainings, tweaking their services or their website, changing fonts or colors, researching just a little bit more. And what does that get you? A whole lot of people who have no idea what you do or know that you're available for work. I get it. Conversations can make you feel vulnerable, particularly if your confidence is a little bit shaky. You probably worry that people are judging you or that you'll sound inexperienced or new. And maybe they'll ask you a question that you can't answer, and that will make you feel stupid. So you stick with what you do well, the stuff behind the scenes. I've been there, I've done that. And you know what? I had no clients. Not their fault. Totally my fault, because the clients that needed my help had absolutely no clue that I was even out there. The only thing you need to do to market your VA business is get it in front of as many eyeballs as possible. That's what we call visibility, and it's the thing that gets you those conversations. When a client knows about you and knows that you can help them, they're going to want to talk to you further. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying you need to message random strangers with cold pitches all day long. That is actually the opposite of what I teach. The conversations I'm talking about that actually lead to clients are relationship-based conversations. They're the conversations where people begin to understand what you do, who you help, what problems you solve for them, and what working with you actually looks like and feels like. Many VAs get stuck in talking too much about tasks and not about outcomes. So they'll say something like, I do social media management. Okay, but what does that really mean for the client? Some clients might understand it, but they're understanding what they think it is, maybe not always exactly what we think it is. And we want to go further than that. So instead, imagine saying, I help business owners stay visible online consistently without spending hours trying to create content themselves. Now, that is not an elevator pitch. Please don't take it as such. That's a marketing message. I help business owners stay visible online consistently without spending hours trying to create content themselves. So, outcome, I help them get seen. Other outcome, they don't have to spend hours creating content. They have a chance to resonate with a message like that, especially for those clients that maybe aren't even doing social media right at the moment, because it does take them forever to create it. And honestly, it probably sucks anyway. It's not working for them. So instead of saying, I do inbox management, maybe you should say, I help overwhelmed business owners get organized so they stop missing opportunities and spend more time focused on growth. The second version creates a conversation. Again, it's not an elevator pitch. It's a marketing concept, a marketing message, right? They can see themselves in a way that you frame your support and think, oh, that's exactly what I need. And that's the whole point. It helps people picture the value of getting support. And that's important because clients are not usually searching for tasks. Sometimes, not directly anyway. They want relief. They want support. They want someone who can make their business feel easier and lighter, maybe even more successful. Another thing that leads to clients is curiosity. Not pressure, but curiosity. Some of the best conversations start with a simple question like, what has been taking the most time for you in your business lately? What part of your business feels the most overwhelming right now? What do you wish you had help with? Those are really simple questions, right? And those questions open doors, and they also help you stop making assumptions about what people need, which I think we do way too often. We think we know what they need. We need to ask them what they need because everybody's priorities are different. It's a key mistake that I see VAs make all the time. Do not assume what they need. Don't jump straight into offering services before you even understand what their particular problem is. Strong client conversations are about listening first. Listen to what they say, what they need, and then decide if you can help them. Your confidence is going to grow a lot faster when you stop feeling like you have to convince people. I remember that feeling. It was exhausting trying to convince people that they needed to hire me because I thought that's what a sales call was all about. It was so dumb. But it's part of the reason that I love to teach you guys how to do this better now, because there is a better way to do it. And the conversations are not about a sale. You're not trying to talk someone into hiring you. You're just trying to see if they're a good fit, their needs and your services. And that mindset shift will change everything for you. I know this because it's changed everything for me. Now, another important piece here is consistency. You can't disappear for 3 months and then suddenly post, hey everyone, I'm accepting clients, and expect people to flood your inbox. Client generating conversations happen because people are used to seeing you. They hear you talk about your work. They watch how you think. They begin to trust you over time, and they actually get to know you. And that's why your content matters, why it's important to network, why engaging with people is such an important part of your business. Not because every single interaction will become a discovery call, but because you're focusing on building relationships, building trust, and building a solid client list. And sometimes it takes a lot longer than you think it does to have people actually say yes. So consistency is a really important key, staying visible. You never know which conversation is finally going to lead to that big one. I also want to talk about confidence during these conversations because this is where many VAs struggle. Actually, if you're avoiding sales conversations, then you're probably saying the wrong things because you have a lack of confidence. You downplay yourself. Maybe you apologize for things that you don't do. You actually talk yourself out of an opportunity before the other person even has a chance to respond. Saying things like, I'm just starting out. I'm probably not experienced enough. I know there are better VAs out there. Maybe you're not even saying those words out loud, but you were definitely thinking them, right? And that's the one thing you have to stop doing right now. Confidence doesn't mean pretending you know everything. It means that you believe you're capable of helping someone with XYZ. I tell you guys often about coaching VAs through this kind of thing. They fumble their words as they describe what they think I want them to say. And then as I guide the conversation to what their actual strengths are and how they've actually helped clients or their bosses in the past, everything changes. Their whole demeanor changes. The words they use flow better. They speak more smoothly. Their voice sounds just so much more confident because they're just talking about how they help people. They are confident in what they can do. They just haven't figured out how to confidently talk about it yet because they're so busy trying to sell or convince or sound professional or whatever. There's a huge difference. And confidence means communicating clearly. It means allowing people to decide for themselves whether they want to work with you, and vice versa if you want to work with them. Some of the most successful VAs aren't necessarily the most talented or experienced. They're just the ones that can do these conversations well, and they do them consistently. They show up, they introduce themselves, they talk about how they help people, even if they don't feel ready, and they follow up. And that all matters way more than a perfect elevator pitch or a perfect sales pitch. You have got to trust me on this one. Now, before we wrap up, I want to give you a simple challenge this week. I want you to focus less on looking busy in your business and more on starting conversations. That could mean commenting thoughtfully on someone's content, reconnecting with an old contact, answering questions in a Facebook group, reaching out to someone you genuinely like to connect with, talking about your work more confidently online, or asking someone about the challenges in their business. They're conversational, and one conversation can change everything. You don't have to become louder or pushier. You definitely do not have to pretend to be someone else. But you do have to let people know that you exist, what you do, and how you can help. And that is so much easier than you think it is. The conversations you're avoiding today might be exactly the opportunities you're looking for. So let's circle back to today's quote. Success in business is often about who you know, but more importantly, who knows what you do. If people don't know who you are and how you can help them, they're going to move on to find someone else who does. That is the simple message for today. I'm going to leave it here for today, but if you're ready to get some help and start having real conversations with real clients, please get in touch with me at yourvmentor.com/links. Confidence is not built by waiting for people to come to you. It is built by starting to show up where they are and start helping them. Stop avoiding the conversations. That's really the only message for today. That's all I got for you this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time.